Hey, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, it's
Everybody that's listening.
been a minute. We keep saying we're going to do better. It's one of
been
those
a few
things.
minutes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we've been terrible. Hopefully we can keep to our schedule now and crank out some pods. You know what I'm saying?
I've been terrible with a lot of things in my life lately.
Terrible's a strong
It's
word.
it's like I'm hanging on by a thread every turn I make.
Sound like song lyrics.
It's like I'm getting through it, but barely.
Maybe you should write some country music.
No, that's okay. But do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's like I'm getting my stuff done, and I'm doing it decent. But man, I don't have any more to give. Almost, I feel like.
No more to give. That can be the title.
No more to give
of the album.
What about hanging on by a thread?
That's going to be a song. Hanging on by a thread will be a song.
So no more to give is the album.
That's
cover?
the album. Yes, that's the disc.
Gotcha. I don't know who this. I see this is how I just go from one thing to the next.
We're just winging it.
I don't know who this person was downtown today, but she was something.
Sounds fun.
Well, when I went into work this morning, I saw her walking down the street with this other lady, and she had on black leather pants.
Nice.
You know, and it's a Monday morning. It's 8:45, and I'm
very
thinking,
humid day too.
I'm thinking, where are you going at 8:45 on a Monday morning where you're wearing leather pants?
Or where did you come from?
That could be
That
it
might be a
too.
better
She's walking
question.
with another lady. Well, but she was all decked out. No, she was fresh.
Fresh?
Her hair looked good. She was and she was carrying herself in a way of like, I'm somebody. Now, I don't know who it is going to be. You're talking about Charleston, West Virginia.
That is how you should carry yourself.
Yeah,
you always carry yourself like you are somebody.
But then there's a way, because we talked about this the other day at 5th Street. There's certain ways people carry themselves that can be annoying. She wasn't carrying herself in an annoying way to me. It was like, I'm somebody. And I don't know who it was. Okay, well, here, anyway, that kind of just went off my mind. Whatever. I'm leaving work today. Same girl, different outfit. I know same girl because long, blonde, wavy hair, which probably was extensions because it was super long.
Right.
And it kind of looked like perfect. So it's like, whose hair it looks like that?
Right.
Because she was tall. She was a taller girl. Same girl, different outfit. Still all black, but no more leather pants. She was in some sort of skirt. And she was across the street at the library where that walkway is that you showed me the other day.
Right, yeah.
And there's that nice like gate. And she was like posed up on the gate like this.
Was there a cameraman anywhere in sight?
No. Yeah, there was.
I was going to say, that would be awkward. Maybe she has a mental disorder.
That lady that was with her earlier was taking pictures of her.
Oh, you should have gone and asked for an autograph.
But I don't know who it was. So I'm like, did you spend all day going around Charleston taking pictures? Which sounds fun.
She did. She's gonna put it on her social media.
Support, but I want to know who this is.
Well, watch your Instagram. She'll pop up.
You watch yours too. If you see a long blonde hair, pretty. I think she was pretty. I couldn't really see her face. I wasn't that close.
Distance
Tall,
always makes people prettier.
Yeah, tall, black leather pants, or posing on that gate. You need to let me know because I'm dying to know who this is.
I'll Google it here in a minute. I'll go the gate posing chick in Charleston.
I don't think anything's going to come up.
That might get weird.
But it wasn't like it was weird because it wasn't, you know how when we go around downtown and they're doing photo shoots like for a wedding or for graduation. And, you know, when our friend Josh, who's a photographer whom we're supposed to have on the podcast,
right.
You know, he brings his lighting and like that.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like that. There was no light. It was just a camera.
Just a camera? Like a phone or just a camera?
No, it was an actual camera.
Oh, it's probably a really good one.
But like, no, it wasn't like, I don't know, it was weirdly weird. But anyway, speaking of photo shoots, the other day when we did the All Girl podcast, which we have not put up yet, but hopefully by the time this one gets
put it
up,
up maybe tonight once I sit down.
The girls were talking about doing I think it's called a boudoir shoot.
Oh, boudoir shoot.
Yes.
Yeah, naked stuff.
Well, it's not always naked.
You don't show nips or something.
It's not always naked. A lot of times it's in like
seductive,
like lingerie or whatever. And they're talking about how freeing it is. Now, I think it sounds horribly anxious. It would be an anxious situation for me. Thinking about it gives me anxiety.
Does it?
Leah said she did it, and she was out in this field naked.
That's crazy. But it
that sounds
liberating,
at the
maybe.
same time.
You never know. You may become an exhibitionist.
No, never. I can't even change my clothes in front of the dog.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like when I'm changing my clothes in the mornings and I'm watching Carter, like I have to wait until she cannot be in the room.
Right. I'm literally the only one you walk through the
And
room
even
naked
then,
with.
I prefer not to.
Well, I prefer you do.
Like when I'm getting in the shower or out of the shower and you come in, I'm like, oh, don't look at me. Like
I do that too.
I don't like to be looked at.
We have that in common.
I don't like to be looked at naked.
Try not to look.
No, I just don't like to be looked at naked.
Yeah, same.
I was like that when I was in the best shape of my life a few years ago.
You've always been
I still
like
didn't
that.
like
It
to be
doesn't
looked at
matter
naked.
what
And
shape you're in.
now I'm definitely not in the best shape of my life. I'm letting myself go, yo. And I definitely don't want to be looked at now. I'm a little soft in the middle. I'm a little gooey. I'm like you like your brownies, a little gooey in the middle.
I like them.
Except I'm not a brownie.
You can be my brownie baby.
Oh my gosh. Lord. Anyway, but yeah, I would really like to know who that is. But
well, she sparked interest, obviously.
Well, I mean, if you saw somebody in leather pants at 8:45 in the morning in Charleston, West Virginia, not in Vegas, not in New York, not in California, Charleston, West Virginia.
The only tall blonde that I can think of that I've seen lately that I've never really seen ever before was the girl that went to Vegas with Leah.
No, it wasn't her.
Margaret.
It wasn't her. I don't think.
So like, where'd she freaking come from?
I don't think that was her.
Okay, well, I took a stab at it.
I just want to know who it is because I was impressed, I guess.
You were impressed?
I mean, I kind of want to pose on a gate like that.
You don't want to do the boudoir, but you'll do the gate.
Yeah, she was fully clothed.
Gotcha. I'm following.
Anyway.
I feel like my voice is very deep. I feel like
your voice sounds like it always does.
Does it? I think it's because that's happening.
Yes.
I'm echoing in my head. I don't sound as deep and as sexy as I think I do.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying
No, I'm saying that in my head. I'm like, I wish I could sound like this all the time.
You feel like you could sing bass?
I could sing a little, who is it?
I don't know.
Who's the guy? It's not Barry Manilow. Barry White?
Oh, gosh.
Barry White.
I don't know, but Boys to Men are coming to concert here.
Boys to Men.
No.
ABC.
Not
BBD.
Is it Boys to Men?
Yeah, it's Boys to Men.
Boys to Men's coming, and I guess I'm not going. They're coming September
something.
Yeah. Boy, if I could have gone to New Kids on the Block and Boys to Men in the same year, that would be a story to tell my grandchild.
Reliving.
Why are you yawning? I swear.
I don't know. It's weird. It's like as soon as I put this headset on and this microphone in front of my face, it's like I go to I start to yawn.
I heard something on TikTok today. I don't know if I believe it or not.
Believe it.
Okay, so the story goes, which I'm sure this happens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyway, apparently it happened in Easton.
Oh, okay.
Okay, at one of the restaurants there at the mall. The lady said it was a very well-known restaurant. I'm wanting to say it was Cheesecake Factory. I could be making that up.
Oh.
Don't go with that because that part I made up. But she said this lady said that she let her daughter go to the bathroom. She was 10-year-old girl.
Right.
Needed to go to the bathroom. She said, go to the bathroom because a 10-year-old girl should be able to, at a restaurant and an establishment, to walk to the bathroom and go to the bathroom by themselves and come back. They don't really need to be helicoptered, parented. I don't feel like it at 10 years old. Right. I definitely would have let my 10-year-old go to the bathroom by themselves if I knew that, if it was a decent area. Well, apparently the mom said that it's been kind of a while. She should be back.
Right.
I need to go check on her. Maybe she's having trouble. She said she went in and there was a foreign lady holding her daughter, like cradling her. And when she walked in and she went towards the lady started freaking out. The daughter was passed out. The 10-year-old was passed out. And apparently something was put on the toilet seat. Some sort of substance to make what I don't know what it's called, that makes people pass out. And they were trying to take her. And she said that there's been like sex trafficking stuff like going on like that.
Yeah, I listened to a video or a sex trafficker being interviewed, an ex-sex trafficker being interviewed. Of course, they didn't show who he was. It distorted his voice, but it is freaky.
Yeah,
money is insane. If they can get kids, because they harvest their organs
Ew.
And they sell them on the black market in other countries where at these shady like places, like for underground transplant places where these shady doctors do this work. But I mean, it's like you got a family that's going to pay you $500,000 for an organ or $1 million for an organ because their kid's going to die. So you got this kid.
Well, there apparently there's this.
And there's also all the sexual stuff that they.
Apparently, there's this group that's doing that, and they're doing this to kids in the bathroom, and then they're drugging them, and then they're putting wigs on them and walking out with them right in front of everybody.
Really?
So it makes you think, did that really happen? Because I'm a skeptic. I'm a skeptical person.
Sure, I am too.
I mean, like
I'm sitting here thinking,
I'm way more
did that
skeptical
really?
than you are about things, but I'm thinking, did that really happen? But at the same time,
It
does make you
depends.
stop and think.
It does make you think because there's a lot of crazy people out there in this
Right.
town.
It makes you stop and think, like, gosh, should I not let, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But then you can't live like that either. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm torn.
It's tough. It's tough. You say you can't live like that until something like that happens to you, and you're like,
Right.
I wish I would
I
live
wish I
like
would
that.
live like that. Like, you
Right.
don't want to
Yeah.
shelter your kids so much, but
Right. But
you want to let them go home with your friends after school, but then you don't know what they're going into. I don't.
No,
I
you
don't
don't.
know. It's
and a lot of times it's good for them to experience things, but not danger.
yeah.
Not extreme danger, not where they could get kidnapped or.
You wouldn't think you were going to get kidnapped in a I don't know if it's Cheesecake Factory. I'm just saying. Bathroom. You know what I mean? Because it's like, how are they going to get you? How are they going to get her out of there without passing all these people? That's very risky. So you're thinking, is she safe? Because I would see if somebody's trying to take her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
I immediately suspected the lady holding her that she was part of the scheme, and then she just.
She was, obviously.
Oh, they caught her?
No, she freaked out and left. You're not going to freak out. You're going to be like, is this your child? Like, I just found her.
They let her get away?
I don't know.
She was in on it.
I don't know because
I see now.
Well, yeah, she was in on it. That's the obvious, Jeff.
Well, I was
There's
missing.
no mystery
I was missing
here.
something there.
But I guess because somebody in the TikTok said, I don't understand why you didn't go after her. She said, in the moment when your daughter's passed out, all you want to do, you keep looking at that like there's something wrong.
Well, sometimes it pops up and it says right error.
All you want to do in the moment is take care of your daughter. If she's
if she's
passed out.
unconscious,
you don't think about like, go get that person. Like I don't know what I would do in the moment. You would say you would.
No, yeah, I would.
But you can say so many things you do in the moment that you won't actually do.
No, I would say that if my child was unconscious, everything else would be a blur in the outside of that. Like you're just like, I got to get my kid awake. Like what's going on here? But you would hope someone else would be there to.
But who? If they don't know.
Right.
If there's nobody else in the bathroom and you're just taking care of your kid.
Get that bitch.
But who are you going to say it to?
I don't know.
If there's somebody else in the bathroom, naturally.
It's true. It's pretty, I don't know.
Well, apparently the lady called the restaurant that told the story, not the mom of the little girl, but the lady who's telling the TikTok story, apparently was her friend. And she said, before I told the story on TikTok, I wanted to get some facts. And she said, I called this restaurant. And at first the manager was really nice. And then she started acting funny. Like, I can't answer. I don't feel comfortable answering these questions. She said, I asked her, was there a possible kidnap attempt at your restaurant? Blah, blah, blah. She was like, I can't answer. I don't want to answer. Call tomorrow when a different manager is here that might feel more comfortable answering these questions. So I don't know if that's all true or not. Like, I don't know. So there you go. That's the story.
Yeah, it may be false.
I also heard a story. I think it was on TikTok. I don't remember if it was TikTok or Instagram or whatever, but same type of situation. But it was a woman who saw money on the ground and she picked up the money.
I saw that.
And the money had something on it and it
drugged
almost killed her.
Yes, I remember
drugged
that.
her.
You might have shown me that actually.
Yeah, it drugged her and
almost killed her.
She was in the hospital because I was going down the back 4 floors of law firms.
So it is sketchy.
In a different type of way. And I was walking down the stairwell and there was the $5 bill laying in the thing. I didn't pick it up. I normally would have picked it up and taken it down to the lady at the front. Been like, if somebody's missing $5, here it is. And it's probably what I should have done. Mm-hmm. But I thought about that lady.
Go get some tissue paper.
What if that was laced with whatever it is?
Well,
it makes you second guess picking stuff up anymore.
Yeah, if it's not yours.
What kind of world are we living in?
It's a dangerous world.
It is a dangerous world.
It's a dangerous world.
It really is.
It could be. If you worry about it, I think a lot of it's
propaganda.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
Optics, news, get clicks, clicks. People like those stories, man. They'll listen to them, they'll watch them. They like to get caught up in those conspiracies.
Well, remember back in the day, I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was like the thing where they said, I don't know if it even happened, but they said that people were putting needles with HIV onto the gas pump handles and into the ball pits for the little kids.
Yes.
I don't know if that was ever true. So, like, for a while, I was afraid to let the kids play in a ball pit because I'm like, what if there's an HIV needle in there?
Right.
And then I was afraid to pump gas. I'm like, what if I get pricked? But I mean, that's kind of like what I'm talking about. Like, did that really happen? Is that real?
Did that happen one time? Nuts.
Did that happen one time? And now it's a whole big...
Where's this army of people with HIV
know.
needles that's going around finding places to plant them?
I didn't say it happened. I was just saying it's kind of like back then.
Right. It's just it takes over your head. You know what it is? It's that fear, that thing in our head, that the evolutionary thing that says, do whatever it takes to be comfortable, do whatever it takes to protect yourself so you can survive, because that's the main core part of our system is you got to do whatever you can to survive.
Yeah.
So it's exactly like COVID.
Boy.
Right? You just scare people half to death. You lie to them. You tell them stuff. Of course, they didn't know back then, but still they make, well, I better safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just better safe than sorry, which destroyed a ton of lives, destroyed a ton of businesses, destroyed decades of work for people, ruined their families.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Right.
For nothing. I'm not saying it's not a real thing. I'm not saying that COVID isn't real, but
right.
It was like 7. I don't know the real percentages but I think I heard it was like, I don't know, was it close to 70% of all people that were hospitalized with COVID had like 3 or more comorbidities.
I don't know.
Those people might want to be careful.
You might want to be careful about a lot of things, but
I mean, they told us that you couldn't catch it if you were, they went through the whole scare people to death, make everybody get vaccinated. So tell everybody all along. They come back and tell us after that they lied to us.
I know.
They knew that you could get it, so why get vaccinated?
I don't know.
You can get it. But anyway, I'm not necessarily an anti-vaxxer, but I'm more that way than the other.
There was a lady walking down the street today, in the middle of the street. Nobody was around her. We're not talking New York City here, folks. We're talking Charleston, West Virginia. If you've not been here, Google image it. I mean, there's not a lot of people around. And she was walking down the middle of the sidewalk.
Mask.
She was out in the air, like out in the free air with nobody around her.
That's what we're talking on a podcast today that I was listening to. It's like they shut down the beaches. The Coast Guard was arresting people that were in California surfing with nobody around.
It blows my mind.
It's insane.
It blows my mind. Yeah, I don't know.
It's insane.
It is. But people will believe. I mean, you get sucked into this
fear,
stuff.
man. And the media, they get, now they got even where they can get to everybody, because not only do they get you, like we don't watch Fox News, we don't watch CNN, we don't watch any of that crap. But we do look at? We look at Instagram, and then we look at Facebook, and we look at Twitter, and that stuff's going to come across there no matter what you do, and you're going to see it, and it's going to be
half of it's not even true.
It's going to be just even if you don't believe it, it's still the glimmer. It's just there, just a little piece of
is that
doubt.
Really happening? Yeah.
Yeah, where you're like, well, shoot, maybe we need to do this.
Well, that's what creates.
Follow the crowd.
That's what creates the panic, and like why we're I'm not saying that's what created the formula shortage. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it definitely contributed to it, because people like me, and I'm just going to be the first to tell you, I did. I went, and when I heard there's a possible formula shortage coming up, which I knew there was going to be, we've already talked about this because of the recall, but I did. I hoarded. I just had to donate a bunch of formula because I bought too much, and she's not on formula anymore.
Right.
Which we did donate to the flood victims.
Did you?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I mean, did we?
Mello took it for us.
Cool.
It was her idea, but we gave it to her.
That's great.
I can't take the claim for the idea, but I was trying to figure out what to do with it, because I definitely wanted to sell it. I was going to donate it. But it's the same thing with the feminine products, like the tampons.
Right.
It was all over for like a week that their next shortage was going to be tampons. You couldn't hardly find tampons.
Oh, we make that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about that. That's way not as big of a deal as formula.
Right.
Because, I mean, I don't need a tampon. I mean, if I had to, I'll just have to, like, but I'm just saying, like, the media creates this panic. Here's another thing. I really wish, I thought about this the other night, and it was when you were gone out of town, and there was a storm. I would have done anything in that moment not to have had my phone, like, not to have been able to get on the Weather Channel and watch the radar. I wanted to be able to deal with the situation as it came instead of being like, oh my gosh, in an hour we're going to get slammed.
Right.
Okay. Well, I lost sleep because I saw that.
For nothing.
Oh, well, I mean, it was a bad storm. But what I'm saying is I could have been like, well, it's storming now. Okay, it's calming down.
Right.
And then I said,
Instead of
I was able to
anticipation.
look and say, okay, it's going to calm down and then it's going to really hit us again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it would.
Yeah. Instead of that anxiety of waiting.
Like I want to go back to the old days where if it was
You're
going to
like,
get bad, if it was going to
storming.
if it was going to get bad, an alarm sounded in your town.
Right.
Right? If it was like a tornado or something, you need to take shelter. This weird alarm's going to go off, and if you hear that, then panic instead of watching the stupid radar.
Right. Or a big beep interrupts your radio show.
Oh my gosh, we had a freaking
Or TV show.
No, remember the other night at like 4 a.m. when our stupid
So frustrating.
phones went crazy
man.
for an
Come
alert?
on.
Well, it was floods, and it was when it flooded really bad down in Rand area down in there.
Right.
I mean, it flooded pretty bad, but it freaked me out. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but I kind of wish I lived in simpler times because of all of the above that we just talked about.
You can go be
Well, you can get rid of your phone, but who's going to do that?
you can go to Amish country, live there, marry a very nice young man,
I'm not going to dress like
have
that.
6 or 7 kids.
I don't need to dress
You won't
like
have
that.
a phone. You'll be woodworking and stuff.
We saw Mennonites at Bob Evans the other day. It was very interesting, and they left their kid in there, and it was like not even a panic situation.
Oh, they didn't care. They're like,
No, but I was
We got
impressed.
plenty of these guys.
I was impressed with the little boy. They were all sitting at this big old table.
He
There's
didn't
a
freak
bunch
out
of
at
them.
all.
No, there's a bunch of them, and they left and they went and got in their really strange van. And Jeff and I are paying, and this little Mennonite boy walks out with his bowl cut, and
They were so well dressed.
he looks around, doesn't see anybody, and he walks back to where they were sitting because I watched him. Didn't see anybody there. At that moment, if that would have been my kids, they would have flipped out and started panicking and crying.
Right. Where are they?
Because their parents and their family's not where
Where
saw
they were,
them.
yeah.
He didn't know where they were. He just kind of looked around, and you know what he did? He just walked out into the parking lot, and then he found them. I was like, you're being taught right, because like, don't panic.
They're confident.
But in my mind, there were so many of them. I'm like, did they even know they left one? Like, what if they would have
They
pulled
probably
off?
didn't.
What if they would have pulled off? When would they have realized?
They've got to count.
Here's what I'm seeing in my head. They're 20 miles down the road, and they're like, oh, we forgot Timmy. But Timmy's just sitting there kicking his little feet on the bench, being like, they're going to come back for me. And if they don't, I guess I'll be all right. Like, he was not panicked at all.
It was wild. He probably was just like so taken back by the world he was in.
Maybe. I don't know, but he seems so sweet.
They did. They
That
seemed
little
very
Timmy.
pure.
That little Timmy.
Their little outfits with
They
their
all look-
little hats.
They all look the same.
They do. They all dress exactly the same.
They probably think we all look the same.
No, they think we look like we're a mess.
Oh, they probably do. They
Like,
probably
look
look at
at
somebody
these
like me with
Heathens that are going to burn in hell. They're
this
a mess.
woman with her tight exercise clothes on and tattoos.
Oh, yeah. You're
Oh
the
my
devil.
gosh. I mean, like, I'm probably a horrible person.
Well, to them, yeah, I'm sure. To most, probably. But to me, you're not.
So anyway, that's that. I hear you. I'm just whatever.
Oh, what were we talking about?
Social media,
Stupid
the
stuff.
freaking internet, and all that.
It's cool.
Jazz. We
It's
sound
cool, though.
old.
We love it, though.
We sound
So
old.
neat. You're never bored.
You said neat.
You can never say you're bored. If anybody says they're bored, they're dumb.
Wow.
You can't be bored. You got too much going on in this world.
That's a bold.
You got
statement.
you can play games on your phone.
But you can get tired of stuff and get bored.
Then you switch to something else.
I haven't said I was bored in a long time.
I'm telling you, I haven't said I was bored in a very long time.
I remember telling my mom I was bored when I was younger, and I'd be like, "What can I do? I'm bored." She's like, "I'm not your recreational director." That's what she would tell me.
I like it.
wow.
Good for her.
She was. She wasn't about that. life.
Figure it out, kid.
And then she would throw this at me. I wish I could be bored.
Must be nice to be bored.
I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, that's not what I'm saying.
Read a book.
I'm not reading a book.
Read a book.
I'd rather count the freaking spots on the ceiling than read a book. That's horrible. But it's true. I can't help it. I've never been a book reader.
You haven't been a reader, nope.
Nope.
You read enough at work.
I'd rather watch it. Well, even when I didn't there for a minute. I didn't like to read, but anyway. Fun. Hopefully we're back at this on a regular basis. I don't know.
We even may grab a topic or two.
I keep
come
saying
with an agenda.
That. I keep saying that, but then I again.
We're on it. We got a schedule.
I'm hanging by a thread.
Oh,
we've had
hanging by a thread.
Oh, wow.
A movie.
Really?
Yeah, about his life. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Can't wait. I'm super excited.
Looked pretty decent. The trailer.
I don't know if I'm really interested in that.
I didn't think I was either. Then he was banging Madonna. I thought, Weird Al, you stud.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I am now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, Weird Al and Madonna.
Interesting.
That's how I took it.
When does this come out?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. You bring us this stuff and then you don't even want to you just give us little nibbles.
And it's a Roku. It's a Roku original movie. So I
What
think
is that?
you may have to have Roku to have.
What is Roku?
Roku's the little. We have a Roku TV around here somewhere. It's like a
What?
streaming service. Like you have to get like the Amazon. What is it? The TV plug. The Amazon. You plug it in the TV in the back, and you've got your cable and all your stuff.
It's dumb. I want to go back to where we just had cable.
Well, you can.
Because, I mean, all these streaming services, you go to pay for all these streaming services, you might as well pay for a cable bill.
Well, you don't. You got to have the streaming services though.
You got to go back into
You're
the
not
day
going
where
to
you
get
had
any
the,
of that stuff with the cable.
So confusing. Go back to when you had the cable boxes and you had to slide the little thing.
Yes.
Channel A and Channel B.
Yes.
And some stations you didn't get, and your friends did, and you're so mad. Like, when can I get MTV, Mom? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
They finally let me. You probably never had MTV.
No.
I did.
VH1? No.
I finally talked my mom into MTV and VH1.
I think we did.
You might have had VH1. That's a soft.
We had MTV later on. I think. I just don't think we really watched it that much.
Well, I did. Back when they had
You're
videos.
Videos, baby, the good stuff.
Music videos. All right. Well, this has been fun. Hopefully, we'll be back at it. Jeff's reading a text message from probably one of his hoes.
Nope, just Michael.
Oh, which Michael?
M.Y.
M.Y. Michael.
Michael.
Is he back in town?
Yeah, he's saying if we're here, he could come by and get his bags.
Nice.
So.
All right. Well, it's been real.
It has been fun.
Until next time.
We are out.
Don't let your kids go to the bathroom by themselves. And don't pick up any money.
Good advice.
Okay.